Welcome back to Breakthrough with Patricia Morogami. Did you take on the challenge that I shared with you in the last episode? If you're just subscribing, you're not late. Watch the previous episodes, because in the previous one, we focused on the bottom line and sleep and the correlation between the two. So I hope that you already are beginning to get the dividends of moving from a sleep debt to a sleep asset. So in today's episode, I want us to focus more on leadership on the basis of a sleep asset. Research is also showing us that if you don't sleep 8 hours every night, and as some CEOs have told me in class and in coaching and in the advisory work I do for boards, that they sleep tomorrow. You know, sleep tomorrow? Yes, sleep tomorrow. They sleep after midnight, and they are very proud of that fact. I encourage you not to be proud of sleeping tomorrow, because anytime you sleep tomorrow, you're actually depriving yourself and you're moving yourself closer to what are called lifestyle diseases. These are diseases that are connected to their inability to be productive, the inability to actually rest and rejuvenate yourself. These are lifestyle diseases that are connected to high blood pressure, that are connected to the inability to actually manage your emotional intelligence. And that's not good for you. It's not good for you. It's not good for your family. It's not good for your team. It's not good for the bottom line. So let me give you a few more tips around how to ensure that your sleep asset bears interest in your life today. Make sure you eat your last meal 3 hours before you sleep. Very connected to the previous one, which has to do with the drinks that you should not be taking 3 hours before you sleep. What does that mean? It means that you actually have to get very organized. If you're the kind of family or the kind of person who eats 9 p.m. and then rolls into bed at 10 p.m., no wonder you don't get night's rest that you should be getting. In fact, I remember a doctor telling me recently that people who actually eat and go straight into bed do not actually get to digest their food as well as they should. They wake up with a bloated feeling and are actually not as rested as they ought to be. There's a connection between sleeping late and gaining weight. And you know what the connection is? Is that the longer you're awake, the more you want to nibble on something. So why not just keep yourself out of harm's way by ensuring that you eat a proper meal, low on carbohydrates, 3 hours before you sleep, but also moving forward, ensure that you actually can get your digestion system working. A second silver bullet, if you may, is that if you actually sleep well and you find that you need to do something in terms of how your mental state is keep a gratitude list. Write down on a notebook 3 things that you want to be thankful and grateful for every day. It'll make a world of a difference, because many of us go to bed with what we call masaibu. We go to bed with the challenges of the day, the to-do list that wasn't completed, the issues that you have carried into bed, and you wake up with them the following day. Whilst it's true that you may have things that you need to resolve, what you think of last has a very great bearing on how you actually wake up the following day. And the third thing is what I like to teach in some of the leadership sessions and the conferences I speak at, around the power of examining the leader. Examine your habits. Examine what you did in the day. Some people call it an examination of conscience. So whatever you call it, ask yourself, what was the highlight in my day? What did I do well? What was the low light in my day? What didn't I do so well? What can I do better tomorrow? And if you believe in God, you ask Him for help so that tomorrow morning you actually stand up, rise up, wake up with the energy to actually start the day on a whole new level. 3 new tips adding on to the previous 3 tips. And I guarantee you, try them, write back. Let us know how you're doing on any of these tips and what the impact is. Remember, as a business leader, your example is more powerful than anything that you ever do. If you sleep 7 to 8 hours every night, you will see that your emotional intelligence will shoot up. Your ability to hold your temper when things are not going as well as they should, you will see that the impact is because you're rested and you have your mental well-being at a higher level than a lot of the global leaders around the world. I wish you the very best in ensuring that you move from the power of focus on a body that is well rested and has a sleep asset. Don't forget, don't sleep tomorrow. Don't forget, subscribe to Breakthrough with Patricia Morogami.